So today we got some a little bit different than an MLB video. We're gonna go through it and we're gonna do playoff predictions for the NFL playoffs starting tomorrow. Every year I do this for whatever reason. It's always my most disliked video. I'm just taking it that you all hate my opinion. But that's not gonna stop me from doing this, and you can bet the house on it. These are gonna be 100% correct NFL playoff predictions. I should probably put some kind of disclaimer in there so I don't get sued or some shit. Starting out, we got the Patriots versus the Bills. These teams split the season series 1 apiece, but the only win the Patriots had was when there was a freaking blizzard in Buffalo and they ran the ball every single time. Like, Mac Jones had 3 passes the entire game and they somehow won. No expert, but I'm gonna guess Mac Jones needs to complete more than 3 passes in order to beat this team. Bills defense is too good. Josh Allen's an MVP caliber quarterback. I got the Bills win this one pretty easily. Raiders versus Bengals. Dude, how awesome would it have been if the Raiders and Chargers purposely tied, like just a straight up middle finger to the Steelers in Big Ben's retirement fund? Like, so long, buddy, your career's done, go home. But instead, the Raiders decide to try, knock the Steelers out of the playoffs, and they got the 5 seed playing the Bengals, which is kind of amazing too, because let's not forget, the Raiders had the whole Henry Ruggs situation where he killed a woman. They had some rookie cornerback deciding to go on Instagram Live waving a gun around. Dude, I don't know what it is about Raiders draft picks, but they draft some really stupid people. And for that reason alone, I'm going Bengals. Okay, it's not for that reason alone. The Bengals offense is a whole nother level of elite. Joe Burrow's an MVP caliber quarterback. The Raiders just kind of snuck in. They're nothing amazing. They're not red hot or anything like that. Bengals got this one easily. Chiefs versus Steelers. We talk about the Raiders barely making it in. The Steelers almost didn't get it in because the freaking Chargers and Raiders decided to collude and almost tie. But even in Big Ben's speech, he has a little faith in team. Okay, that was probably very sarcastic of him, but the Chiefs, they just go on a run every single playoffs. They're gonna win this game by probably 28 points. They just played the Steelers and absolutely dominated them. They're way too good on offense, and their defense has gotten better as the year has gone on. There is a reason they have made back-to-back Super Bowls. Moving on to the NFC side of things, we got the Packers as the 1 seed, and then we got Cowboys versus 49ers. This could be an upset. Granted, 49ers barely snuck in. They had to beat the Rams in overtime to even get into the playoffs. But they did beat the Rams, who are a Super Bowl contending team. I don't know what it is, man. I feel like the 49ers, they got a good defense. If they can put pressure on Dak Prescott, because Zeke, he doesn't have the burst they did. Tony Pollard, good running back, good 1-2 combo, but their running game just isn't, I feel like, amazing to a point where it's going to scare the Rams or the 49ers. And the 49ers, they have a top-notch run game. They know how to run play action. They got a smart head coach, good defense. They're going to be great with clock management. I feel like it'll be a very close game. I think the 49ers end up winning this one. Rams versus Cardinals. Is D-Hop still out? I still think D-Hop is out. With that being said, who the hell is Kyler Murray going to throw it up to? Aging AJ Green? Christian Kirk? I mean, the other side of the ball, you got Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, Aaron Donald coming down your throat.
Pause.
The Rams just have way too much firepower to lose this game. Buccaneers versus Eagles. This one could be a surprising upset. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm not going to rule the Eagles out from making a just statement win right here. They're hot going into the playoffs, got a lot of momentum, but they are playing in Tampa Bay, which is one of the harder places to play, and they're going against Tom Brady, who just comes alive in the playoffs. So Buccaneers are going to win this one. That sets up the divisional round. Back to the AFC, we got Bengals versus Titans. Derrick Henry should be back. On top of that, you'll have Julio and A.J. Brown. One great offense versus another great offense. And I don't think either defenses are really anything crazy. So I'm going to do this based on who I think has the better offense, and I'm going to give it to the Bengals in this one, solely because I think it's going to come down to Joe Burrow versus Ryan Tannehill. Think about it. Any team that plays the Titans in the playoffs, they're going to force Ryan Tannehill to beat you. They're going to stack the box. They're going to send 7, 8 guys at Derrick Henry so he's only getting minimal gains. They're going to force you to throw the ball. Maybe Ryan Tannehill makes some smart decisions, but from what I've seen, he has not been very good this year. Joe Burrow's been an MVP caliber quarterback. Top of that, Derrick Henry is very one-dimensional. He's not a ton in the passing game where Joe Mixon is, and I think that will actually play difference. The less you get the ball in Derrick Henry's hands, the better. I just like the Bengals offense more. I think they're a sneaky pick to make a run here. Chiefs versus Bills, I don't know what it is, but Patrick Mahomes just has Josh Allen's number, I feel like, every single year they play. I feel like they always play in the playoffs, and Patrick Mahomes just out-gunslings him every single year. I'm not going to bet against Patrick Mahomes in this situation, especially playing in Arrowhead. That's probably the toughest place to play. And home field advantage in the playoffs, that crowd noise, nah, it's Chiefs, man. Packers versus 49ers. The 49ers, I feel like, are a sneaky team that can make a run too, because like I said, they're a smart coach. They got some good weapons both on offense and defense. They run the clock, they do a lot of clock management, but the Packers have Aaron frickin' Rodgers. He's the MVP this year. And on top of that, what's not getting talked about enough is the Packers could get back next week. Jair Alexander, a top 3 cornerback. Zadarius Smith, a Pro Bowl linebacker. They got David Bkindel, a top 3 left tackle. They also might return Josh Myers, starting center, Billy Turner, starting right tackle, and Whitney Merciless just started practicing. Whether he plays is still up in the air, but either way, I'm assuming they'll get like 4, 5 of those guys back, while every other team is just getting into the playoffs. You have a lot of nagging injuries. The Packers are getting healthier, and without all these guys most of the year, they were still the 1 seed. The Packers, way too dominant. I feel like those guys will play a difference. Packers end up winning this one. It's at frickin' Lambeau Field too. Rams versus Buccaneers. Tom Brady versus Matt Stafford. And I feel like this is where Tom Brady's magic's gonna end. Antonio Brown did whatever the hell he did at the beginning of the month. He's no longer on the team. Chris Godwin's out for the year with a torn ACL. That just leaves Gronk and then Mike Evans as his main targets that he's gonna throw to. Feel like that's not enough weapons. They don't match up well with the Rams at all. Jalen Ramsey's gonna be on Mike Evans like glue. I feel like the Rams are really smartly coached, so they'll find ways to neutralize Gronk so he doesn't get in a bunch of one-on-one situations, run streaks down the seam. And offensively, is there anybody on the Buccaneers, cornerback-wise, that's going to be able to guard Cooper Kupp, OBJ, Van Jefferson, and stop the run game? Because they have at least 2, I think 3 now, healthy running backs in Sonny Michel, Darrell Henderson, and Cam Akers. The Rams are just way too stacked, and I feel like the Buccaneers are one of the more injured teams going into the playoffs, so I'm gonna go Rams, and this sets up the conference championship games. One side we got Bengals versus Chiefs, other side we got Rams at Packers. Dude, I don't know what it is. I think I'm a fucking lunatic, but for whatever reason, I have so much faith in the Bengals this postseason, it's insane. I could see the Bengals losing very early, but I could also see them making a run to the Super Bowl. What's gonna kill them is their playoff experience. They have none. But they also have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They won a national championship in college, so they've been on the big stage before. They're a hot team. They're playing with a ton of confidence. Joe Burrow is playing out of his freaking mind the past 5 weeks. I don't think it's all the realm of possibilities to say the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, so that is who I'm gonna go with. Patrick Mahomes' run ends. Jackson Mahomes finds a way to make a TikTok out of it, but the Bengals are gonna be going to the Super Bowl for the first time in, I don't even know, their last playoff win was like 1990. I wasn't even born yet. Rams at Packers. So I already talked about how the Packers have a bunch of guys returning for the playoffs, but we're not talking about home field advantage. You look at these teams, 49ers, Rams, Buccaneers, Cowboys, Cardinals. What do they all have in common? They play in warm weather states. I'm telling you right now, being from Wisconsin, dude, Green Bay is not a warm weather state. It is going to be bitter cold come the playoffs. I think divisional round, they already have it as like 12 degrees with the wind chill blowing towards 0. You give a guy like, if it's that cold for the conference championship game and you bring a team who is not used to it, the Packers are going to not only, Aaron Rodgers will not be the only one that beats you that game. AJ Dillon is going to get the ball 30 times that game and just run it down your throat. You take somebody who's not used to the cold weather and you give it to a back as big and strong as AJ Dillon is, your defense is going to get fatigued. It's going to get hurt. It's going to have a hard time tackling him. And that's going to set up the play action and some other deep passes for an MVP quarterback. I think this is going to be a hell of a game, but the Packers already beat the Rams once. And not just beat them, they dominated them that whole game. They were up by 19 at one point until they played that prevent bullshit that they do in the fourth quarter when they essentially got the game win, make it a little bit closer. It's Matt Stafford, man. He always makes that one dumb ass pass that leads to an interception and points. I love the guy, but I just don't think he's going to be able to come up with that clutch gene in the playoffs. I got Packers going to the Super Bowl, and we got Packers versus Bengals in the Super Bowl. Dude, this would be such a fun game to watch. I honestly think it would be one of the more watched Super Bowls in recent memory. People want to see the Bengals succeed because they've been so bad for so long, and people want to see Aaron Rodgers fail because they're haters, he's anti-vax, all this other bullshit. So who do I think's gonna win? You already know I'm going with the fucking Packers. What kind of question is that? The Packers have too many guys returning back that are gonna make key differences. Jared Alexander on Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase will get his, but Ja's not going to make it easy on him. Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Whitney Merciless, Kenny Clark, they're going to get after Joe Burrow. The Bengals do not have a very good offensive line. On top of that, I don't think the Bengals have a good enough corner to guard Devontae Adams, and if they double team him, which I could definitely see them doing, Randall Cobb will be back. He's really good at creating space in the middle of the field. Allen Lazard's played really well, stepped up the past 5 weeks. Dude, I know I'm going to be called biased no matter what the fuck I do, but the Packers are way too deep this year. They're the 1 seed, with half their team being gone. On top of that, the playoffs are running through Lambeau. Obviously not in the Super Bowl, but on the NFC side of things, I feel like all these warm weather teams are going to have a hard time coming into Lambeau and making plays in the bitter cold. I don't care if you're a professional or not, dude. That shit's not easy. Bengals make a run, but I think it ends. I got the Packers win the Super Bowl. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, because I already know you guys are not going to fucking agree with this, going to call me biased, some other bullshit. So let me know in the comment section, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? And don't just say this is a dumbass prediction, anything like that. Provide it with like backup details to prove your point. If you just call me an idiot because of my predictions with nothing to back it up, I'm just going to think that you're pissed off because I didn't pick your team to win it all. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.